Hello, and welcome to Psychological Self-Defense with me, Miss Faith. I'm hoping that this comes through okay. We're down on our internet now for some crazy reason, Mercury retrograde and all that nonsense, but it's real, trust me. If things are going a little crazy for you right now, it is because Mercury's in retrograde and it's having all kinds of fun. You just got to make do. And so hopefully this will come across to you with no problems. Today we're going to be talking about psychological self-defense and how to stay safe and stay 6 steps ahead before you need actual physical self-defense or before you find yourself in a dangerous situation. So I've been a martial artist for many years. I used to be a martial arts instructor for a number of years. I've studied behavioral sciences and behavioral economics for many years. That's an awful lot to basically say I find the subject of human nature and why people do what they do fascinating. And people are not very predictable unless you know what to look for. We tend to do very irrational things, even when it makes very little sense to us. A lot of times people will ask, why did you do that? And they'll be like, I don't know. But there really is psychological reasons behind why humans do what we do. And I find studying that fascinating. And with my years of self-defense training and teaching others, which was always a joy, I find that it is helpful for others to look at the world a little bit differently. So I'm going to share with you what I know, and I hope you find it helpful. Tonight we're going to be talking about self-defense, psychological self-defense in our homes. Our homes are our most private, intimate, safe places, and they should be. That's where we're at our most vulnerable, and that's where we let it all hang out, and it's, you know, a fun place hopefully for us to be. Some people try to increase their sense of security at home by installing alarm systems, security systems. Some people get dogs. And all of that is really good, but there's a lot more you can do to just increase your level of safety and security. Digital devices are only as good as the maintenance that you give them. So make sure you keep the batteries and the systems up to date. Keep the storage clear on your digital devices. And it's important. You can have all the cameras set up around your house that you want, but if you never bother to check the footage, just to make sure there's nothing kind of funny going on or suspicious going on when you're not at home, then it's really not worth the price. So every now and then scan the footage, just go through it quickly before you delete it. Just make sure there's nobody coming around late at night. Have a system that kind of alerts you when there's certain types of activity going on. All the systems can be set very easily. If you live next to a road, maybe you turn it so it doesn't hit every time. It doesn't alarm you every single time there's a car that goes by, but maybe if there's a person in your yard, you can adjust your systems so you have grayed out areas. Maybe the road doesn't notify you, but once an actual person walks onto your property, then you get notified. They're very simple to work, and they're very advanced, and they're very inexpensive. So you don't have to be paranoid or obsessed about this. It's just good safety maintenance. I equate this with keeping your car in good running order, keeping your furnace, your appliances, everything in good working order. It's the same as keeping the surveillance around you. Hi again. I'm so sorry. Again, this silly internet. I'm going to be talking to my frontier people tomorrow. We're going to ask the universe to keep this happening. I hope I don't lose you. I'll try to keep this quick. The next thing we want to make a habit of checking doors, windows, and the locks every single night, and making sure that your doors are secure. Old sliding glass doors, if you still have those in your house, make sure that they are secured, because they used to be easy to just lift off the track, even if they were locked. So bad people know how to get around those types of things. If you want to know how hard your house is to break into, you know, have somebody stay inside, lock yourself out, or lock yourself out and keep a key, and then try to actually break into your house and see how easy or how difficult it is. And that will really give you an idea of how secure your property is. Also, if you're getting new locks ever installed, make sure you use a reputable locksmith. It is not unknown that there are locksmiths in history that have employed people that have used their knowledge to then have a second occupation of breaking into the houses that they took care of earlier in that week. So make sure it's a reputable company. That's not hard to do. And never in this day and age of social media, let people take pictures of the inside of your house. You're having a party, a gathering, it's a family dinner, everybody's taking photos. You know what? You might ask people to just refrain from taking pictures until maybe you all get together and take a group shot. Then, and only then, you can maybe decide if you want that particular group shot to be posted on social media, but maybe you arrange where that group shot is. Perhaps not in front of all your, you know, rare antique china or other valuables that you have in your home. You see, people that are scanning social media aren't looking for your lovely pictures of you and your beautiful face. They're looking for things in the background that would make your home an ideal target. Okay, people use social media for some nefarious reasons, so be aware that that's what's going on. So, and your friends list isn't always as private. If they share something with someone who has a public site, my sites are all public. I have, at last count, over 3,000 people that have access, or more. They don't. Those are just the people that are friends. Anyone can literally get on my pages and look at anything that's there. So I don't believe anyone can just share anything on my site, because I try to keep you safe. A lot of people aren't aware of that if they share something, anyone can see it. Also, someone knocks on your door. What do you do? We are trained by society, television, movies, good manners. Knock, knock, knock. Somebody wants to go and open the door. Well, home invasions are a real thing. And you might want to be a little bit more skeptical. Have a peephole, have a camera. Better yet, if you don't have a peephole or a camera and you're not expecting anyone, make it a habit of having your friends and loved ones and family members know to text you or call you first. Make plans before people just drop on by. And if they do happen to knock on the door, having a peephole installed is very inexpensive. Having those cameras that you can verify that you actually know that person is very helpful. And common scams, be aware that should somebody knock on your front door, you look out the front door and you see maybe it's the contractor across the street that's been doing work in the neighborhood. Maybe it looks like somebody that's working from a utility company. You open the front door. One thing you do before you do that, make a point of going to the back of your house, making sure any side doors or back doors are locked and secured. On the off chance that that person is not an authentic utility worker or someone from the town, and we'll be talking in another episode on how to recognize fraudulent authority figures. They can be keeping you busy, asking you questions at the front door. If they were a fraudulent person, while they have a friend coming in the back door and cleaning out your home while you're being kept busy elsewhere. That is a common scam. Other recorded break-ins have been listed as people coming in for some reason. Maybe they're working outside, working in your yard, somebody you don't know. They need to use the bathroom. They need to come in for a reason. After they're gone, and maybe they legitimately used your bathroom, maybe they've used, you got a drink of water, something that perfectly innocent. Once they leave, verify that no windows have been unlocked or doors have been unlatched, things like that. It's very easy to just flip a little switch. And then, sorry guys, and I will try to wrap this up real quick. Thank you for sticking with me. You guys are awesome. I'm not happy with my internet service right now, but that's okay. Honestly, if that's my worst problem today, I'm blessed. Yes, if you suspect anything suspicious, do not hesitate to call your police. Call 911. And convincing yourself that it is your imagination, you're paranoid, it's no big deal. Don't do that to yourself. If you feel like something is really going on, call 911. Let them come out and sort it out, and be aware that there is something called a Frogger. A Frogger. It started off several years ago with homeless people basically finding a home that was empty. Now, I'm not talking about squatters. I'm talking about Froggers. And they would go in there, maybe it's a home that somebody was on vacation for a week or two, and they would basically, get in the home, and they would basically live there and make themselves at home and maybe eat the food, sleep in the bed, and then they would split and be gone before the family came back. Froggers have developed and evolved to a very sick, twisted way of being. Hi. Okay, I just moved this, so I'm going to finish this up. Froggers are people that will now live in your home with you. There's actually a lot you can research online. P-H-R-O-G-G-E-R-S. There's actually a Frogger in France that lived in this tiny apartment with this person, and they would be laying under the beds, under there while the person was sleeping. They'd come out at night. They'd be tucked up in a closet when the person was home. When the person went to work, they'd come out and eat food and live in the house. It's very creepy. There were some horror stories, movies made about it, but Froggers are a real thing. And now people are doing it to make videos and TikToks and all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's wrong. It's dangerous. It's scary. If you hear anything in your home, don't think it's a squirrel. Don't think it's a possum. Anything that sounds like it could be big enough to be a human, please call your police. They will check it out for you, and more times than not, they will find that somebody has been living in a basement, in an attic, in a crawl space, in a part of the house that's maybe not being utilized. So call police. And I'll finish up if I've got the internet gods on my side. Green flag, yellow flag, red flag. If something is coming at you, somebody's coming running up to you, help me, help me, help me, I need help. Never let somebody convince you to leave your house to go help them down the road. Say, I will help you. Close the door, call 911. Unless you are a cop, there's no reason you need to leave your house. Your house is your safe zone. If they have a problem with you calling 911, that's your red flag saying something's not right. And getting others involved. If somebody is like, my God, somebody's trying to kill me, please help me. Get your neighbors involved. Get other people. Safety in numbers. And again, use your inner thoughts, your feelings, your gut reaction. If it feels wrong, it probably is. And never leave the safety of your home. That's where you have most power. And again, somebody comes at you, and it's an emergency, and you feel like flustered. Unless they're on fire, if they are, throw water on them. If they're not, take a beat, take a breath, think it through. Say, let me call 911. That's how I can help you. Doesn't matter what it is. If their mother is you know, having a heart attack or something, you're not able to help that person as much as you want to, call 911. It can be a scam. It could be a ruse. Sadly, people do things like that. You want to stay safe. The next time I see you, I will be online with a better connection. So thank you for sticking with me. I really appreciate you guys. And we'll be talking about staying safe in your car the next time I talk to you next Tuesday night. So have a good one. And sorry about the glitchy internet connection. Stay safe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.